Okay, boys and girls, as we all know, we've been working on the practice tests, and in working the problems, what we've noticed is that we've kind of broken it down, and I showed you guys this morning what it says right here is our park challenge. And this week we're going to focus on the area, okay? We did a few practice problems on area, and some of us, I think we need a little more practice working on this concept to get a better idea, so that way when we do the assessment, you guys don't get caught up or stuck on a problem that looks like this. So we're actually going to be working with problems that look like this, but we're going to be using tools that you guys didn't use the first time. And hopefully, even with the practice problem you did this morning, you guys, nobody makes a mistake, okay? Because now you can actually visually see it and think, okay, I remember doing this in class. Okay, so obviously we have to start off with our learning goal, okay? It says, we will find the area of rectangles with whole number side lengths by tiling them, okay? So let's look at this real quick. We will find the area, okay? So in order for us to be able to see what area is, we need to understand what it is first. Okay, right now you guys are sitting in front of a desk, and right in front of you, you have area. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to fill your desk like this. Okay, so go ahead and fill your desk like this. As you're doing that, you're going to say area. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, what is that? Area. Area. Okay, so all that space, so go ahead and fill your whole desk. Your whole desk, all that right there that you're filling, the top surface is your area. Okay? So let's stop. Okay. Over here, you also see that we're focusing on area, but there's another word in the middle here. It is called perimeter. Perimeter. And right there where you guys were filling your desk, you also have perimeter. And your perimeter is the outside of your desk. So I want you guys to use your pointer fingers, okay, both your right and your left fingers, your pointer fingers, and I want you to draw a line around the edge of your desk. So do it all the way around like this, okay? So if I'm Zach over here, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to draw a line with my pointer fingers all the way around like this, okay? So just draw a line back and forth like this and then say perimeter, okay? So 1, 2, 3. So go ahead and draw your line and say perimeter. Okay, so show me perimeter. Okay, that's your perimeter. So I'm going to say, we're kind of do like Simon Says, and I'm going to see who remembers, okay? How many of you guys have seen the Karate Kid? The real one, not the one with Jaden Smith, but the old one, okay? Do you guys remember the character Mr. Miyagi? And there's this one part where Daniel-san has to do the taking off the paint or doing sanding. You know, he's doing this. That's what I'm going to have you guys do. So I'm going to ask you, show me area, and then you have to show me area. And I'm going to say, show me perimeter, then what do you have to do? Okay. Okay, so Tania, you ready? Okay, show me area. Okay, show me perimeter. Show me area. Show me perimeter. Okay, good job. So let's stop. Okay, so basically going back to our learning goal, we will find the area of rectangles. What shape is that desk? Raise your hand if you can tell me what shape of that desk is. Okay, Ileana. It's a rectangle. So basically we're going to find the area of rectangles with whole numbers. Okay, what are whole numbers? Who remembers what whole numbers are? Kalijah.
It's the number we're working on.
Okay, number we're working on. Stephanie, what did you have to add?
The whole number is an even number.
Is it just an even number?
No.
Okay, what is a whole number? Who remembers what a whole number is? Because we talked about fractions before, and we talked about whole numbers. So what are my whole numbers, boys and girls? What are my whole numbers? Kalijah again. Huh?
A whole number is number 1.
1 is a whole number. Is that an even number?
Oh, no.
No. Okay, so it's not just even numbers. So we're set 1. What else, Aiden? 1 whole, okay. 2 is a whole number?
3?
3 is a whole number? See if anybody can figure this out. Isidore. 6 is a whole number. Aaliyah? 36 is a whole number. Cadence?
8.
8 is a whole number. Kalijah again.
All the numbers are wholes.
Okay, what kind of numbers are we using? We're not using fractions.
I know.
Twos, even numbers, we already talked about that. Donovan?
All the whole numbers are that have equal.
You're thinking about it, you're thinking equal. I know we've talked a lot about that too, okay? But it's not that, okay? It's part of it, but it's not all of it. What are you thinking, Donovan?
It's equal. 4 plus 4 equals 8. Those 4 and 4 are equal.
Okay, so you're thinking equal groups, right? Or they have to add up to something. Yes, those are whole numbers that you're working with. What do you think, Isidore?
Whole parts.
Huh?
Whole parts.
Whole parts. So you're thinking fractions, right? You're thinking fractions and whole numbers. But whole numbers is what all we're focusing on now. We're not focusing on fractions. We're looking at whole numbers. And we got to get a better understanding of what whole numbers are. Aaliyah, what do you think? We're using whole numbers to find the area, yes. But what are whole numbers? What do you guys think over here? You want me to show you what whole numbers are? Raise your hand if you want me to show you a whole number. Okay. Oh, Savian, you don't want me to show you whole numbers? Well, we have whole numbers looking right at you guys.
I know what a whole number is.
We have whole numbers starting from here, going all the way across. It goes all the way up here. These are all whole numbers. Okay. You can also consider them all the numbers you use when you count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Those are all your whole numbers. That's what we're working with. Did I say we're using fractions? No, okay? Because fractions, where do we find fractions? What numbers?
The whole numbers.
We find it between whole numbers. Yes, we find fractions between whole numbers. So we're not using fractions today. We're just using whole numbers, okay? So we're going to put our mind away from fractions for a little bit. We'll get back to them at a later time, but now we're focusing just on whole numbers. So let's look back at our learning goal. Show me area. Okay, awesome. That's what we're working with today. We're working with area. Show me your whole numbers. Where's the whole numbers? Okay, those are all our whole numbers up here. Okay, so you know where the whole numbers are, and where's your area? Yes. Okay, it's all the space. Even right here, boys and girls, if I were to draw a line, which I'm actually going to do, I'm going to get some tape, and we're going to actually work with more area, but I'm going to draw a space, and all the space within that closed figure will be our area. But right now, area is, every time you think of area, think about your desk. All the space on top of your desk. Okay? So let's look at our learning goal one more time. We will find the area of rectangles with whole number side length. Okay? Side lengths are this right here. This is a side length. This is a side length. So we're actually kind of looking at the perimeter as our side length, but we're not figuring out the perimeter. We're using that side length to figure out what our area is. Okay? And it says, let's see, we will find the area of rectangles with whole number side lengths by tiling them. So boys and girls, as I was telling you guys earlier, you guys will be using tiles. Okay? You will be using these colored tiles. And what you have here is a colored tile. What shape is this?
Rectangle. Square.
It's a square, right? It's a square. This right here is 1 square inch. So you can see how many sides does a square have? 4. Okay, so here's our square. So a square has 4 sides. So this right here is a 1 inch by 1 inch. So it's a squared inch. Okay, here's a squared inch. So in your worksheet, you guys will use this. You're trying to figure out what the area of those closed figures are. But this is your tool that you guys will be using. And as I was telling you earlier, I want you guys to use this tool But I also want you guys to come up with a strategy that may make your assignment a little easier, okay? And I want you guys to talk with your partner and see if you come up with an idea and make sure they understand. If you have an idea, you want to explain to them how you got your solution, okay? I want you, and the better you get at it, the better you can explain, the better you'll understand, and you'll also help your classmate understand, your partner. Okay, so I'm going to be going around checking to see what kind of strategies you guys are coming up with. I want to hear some awesome dialogue between all of you guys, and then we'll have a few students coming up here and present what your strategies were and what your solutions were. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pass out these tiles. It's going to be tiles per group, okay, per pair. No, numbers aren't really important. So make sure you guys write your name. No. It's one per group. One per group, Angela. Okay, as you write your name, I want to make sure that you guys have your names written on there. I forgot to actually have the dates. Make sure you guys put the date at the top right corner. Okay. Okay, can I have somebody read the directions for me? Aaliyah, loud and clear.
Find the areas of the following figures and show how you came up with your answers.
Okay, so you're going to find the area of those following figures. How many figures do you see on this page?
5.
There's 5. There's 5 figures on this page. So you're going to use those tiles and you're going to work with your partner, okay? Once you guys agree, you guys can draw on these as well. If you find strategies, I want you guys to write on this paper and also include your answers on the line like I said, okay? So make sure you guys show your strategies. If you figured out another way, remember you only have 6 tiles you guys are working with. And you got to find the area. Show me area one more time. Okay, awesome. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, I want to see hard workers, so have fun, talk with your partner, make sure you guys have good conversations. Go ahead and get started.
Draw a line in the middle so we can have that. Right there? Yeah, and then draw another line that we can do that. Oh wait. It doesn't look good. Right there. And we can try, let's see if we're right with this. So it's 4 square units. Yeah, 4 square inches.
What are you thinking, Joseph? Mine's doing all the work. What do you think? Okay, so talk. How did you figure out the other ones, and how are you going to figure this problem out? So show me how you would figure this problem out. What are you going to do? You got all your 6 tiles on there. Now what's the next thing you're gonna do?
I'm gonna just draw up and then go straight like that.
So you're gonna draw those. Are you okay with that, Joseph? Okay. So go ahead, and I'm gonna come back and see what you guys come up with. Okay. So I'm gonna let you do your work. You guys talk, and then I want you to see. I want you to explain how you came up with your answer. Okay. So go ahead and continue on working.
You wanna draw?
Let's take a break here, and I want you guys to come back here. Tell me how you came up with that answer. Show me what you did. Were you okay with this answer, Joseph? Okay. So go ahead. Whoever's idea this was, go ahead and explain what you guys did. So you only had 6 tiles. What did you do? And the last time I remember, you guys had this. Okay, you guys had. This is what I saw before I left to check on the other groups. This is what I saw. Okay, and then what did you guys do?
I put 4 more on the bottom.
Put 4 more. Where'd you get the extra 4? What did you do? How did you figure out there was 4 more on the bottom?
I just drew a line straight down.
Oh, you drew a line straight down, and then what?
Then I drew another line across.
Okay, so you got all your tiles. These are the extra tiles that you didn't have. So once you got this, then how did you figure out that was the answer? What did you guys do? How did you get this? Show me what you did to come up with that answer. Did you see how he did it? Okay. Can you explain to him how you did this problem? So that way, as you're explaining to him, I know what you did too. So show me what you guys did. So talk to him though, okay?
Yeah, I counted the top parts first and then the bottom parts and then the side ones.
Okay. So what do you mean? Show me what you did.
I counted them like and then.
Okay. So do you see how he did it? So what did he do? Show me what he did.
And then,
So he's saying, this is what I heard. Okay, so I'm hearing him tell me that he counted all these. I don't know what he's talking about. Do you know what he's talking about? No? Okay, so tell us more, Mylon. What are you talking about when you say, what did you count?
I counted these 2 as 4 and these 2 as another 4.
Okay, why did you count those 2 or these ones as 4, each individual? Tell me and Joseph why that's 4. Where did you get 4 from?
From the sides of the tile.
The sides of the tiles? Okay, so you're saying that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then what did you do?
And then I it, then up. But
So show me how you counted all of them to get to 44. How did you count all of them? So show me how you got 44. So hopefully this helps you out, Joseph.
I multiplied 4 10 times.
So you multiplied 4 10 times?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you got 44. Okay. Are you okay with that, Joseph? Or is there something here that you're like not sure about? Does this make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because look, right, over here, I can see that you got this number. And what he's saying is that you guys just counted all the sides, right? So he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I think you went what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Is that what you did? Okay, so were you okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're gonna continue on and show me the rest of your work. Okay, so make sure you talk with each other so that way he has a better idea of what you're doing. Okay, but if there's something you're not sure about, you want to talk to him about it. I don't get this, or why are we doing this? You gotta ask. Okay, you're helping one another. So starting with the first one, what did you guys do?
We traced we used this.
So show me how you did it.
We went like this. We traced them. First we went like this, and then after that, and then we took them off. And then we traced them, and then we got 4.
Okay, so that was 4. What do we call that? 4 what?
Inches.
Inches.
Area.
So that's the area. So how do we say it? We put it up there. So it stands for, what does this stand for?
4 inches. And stand for squares, inches.
Square inches. So how many square inches did you use?
4.
4 of them. Because remember, this is 1 square inch. Okay, so when we say this, you did this, this, this. So how many square inches did we use? 4. So we used 4 of them. So over here, I'm looking, okay, we have 4 here, and I know I only gave you 2. How did you do this problem right here?
First, we did that 3. We got 6 at first, and then after that, and then I thought we should put these 2 right here, and then get these 2 and put those right there, and then we traced them, and then we counted all of them, and we got 10.
Okay, good. And here, how did you do this big one right here?
And we did the same thing here. We got 3. We got 3, and then it gave us 6, and then we went this here, and then we went that, and then we got this 2, and then we put the 3 right here, and then we got 14.
Nice. Okay. You think there's another way you guys can figure out, like another strategy without using these? How could you figure out that these are the answers without using the tiles? Think of a way. How would you be able to figure this problem out too if you didn't have these? So talk with your partner here and see if there's something that you guys notice here, okay, that help you figure this problem out.
We had this 2 plus 4 plus 4 it gives 2 plus 2 gives us 4, and then if we didn't have tiles, we should have just put diagonal, and then we can use 5 plus 5 gives us 10, and then we go 3 plus 3 will give us 6. How about like this? And then 2 plus 8 will give us 4 plus 4 will give us 8, and then for this one 10 plus 4 will give us 14. Okay. And
For this one, we wish I did the diagonal.
Yeah, we
If
could.
we didn't have tiles.
Yeah, we could use diagonal, and for this one,
The same.
we can like use diagonal on this side, and then we can just go like that.
The same, like that, just like that, and then we tried to find where's the middle, and then just one like that. And then that part we just know where it is. Then we just know that because there's a dot, and then we don't know, and then we just find out where we have to put the line at.
So where's your 4 plus 4?
There's 4, and then the 4 right here will give us 8, and then
For this,
there's 5 and 5 and 5, 5 and 5 will give us 10, and right here we get 10 of this, 10 plus the 4 will give us 14.
Okay, so you're looking at addition, and I like how you're trying to relate this to a mathematical equation. Okay, let's see if you can take it a step further. Okay, maybe there's another operation you can use that isn't addition. Think about that. So think about it. Okay, think about all this stuff. Okay, so talk to her and see what you guys come up with. Okay. How many rectangles do you see in that?
2. Oh wait. 4.
4 rectangles? Where's your? Let's see, count them for me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Where? I don't see them. Well, how many do you see? Where's your other rectangle? No, how many do you see? 2. 1, 2. That's a square right there.
Okay. But did you know a square can also be a rectangle? Okay, so how many of them do you see? 5? Let me see.
4.
4? Okay.
Draw a line. It's 1, 2, 3, C. Oh wait. Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Looks even to me.
Okay, so
I know this fit. Oh, so then there's 3 per row right here. 1, 3, and fit. Oh, so there's 3, 2, 3, 4, 5.
so there could be 5 rectangles if you just cut them in half like that, sections. Okay. So how did you figure out those other problems? Show me how you figured this one out. How did you figure out number 3?
We drew a line down here and we drew it here. And then we noticed that there's a line here, so then we drew a line in the middle. So then we drew this line right there and right there. That's what made it 10 square inches.
10 square inches. So what did you do to get 10 square inches? Did you just count all those squares inside, or how did you do that? How did you come up with 10?
We counted, we went like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
So do that again.
2, 4, 6, 8, and these 2 are 10. Those 2 make the last 2 that equal to 10.
Okay, so you pointed at 1, and then you guys said 2, and then you went 4, and then you went 6, and then 8, and then 10. So I was kind of confused with that.
Oh, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I see how you guys did it. So after you figure this problem out, see if there's another way you can figure this problem with these, the square inches on these figures, the area of these figures.
First we drew the lines, then after when we figure it out, we put the numbers on each line, and then after we labeled them in each box, so that we know that each square contains that it is 1 inch.
Okay, so you're saying that you labeled it so you can see that each one is an inch, right? Okay.
And before we put our answers, we double check if it was the right amount, right area of inches.
So how did you do that? Even though you didn't have to, like right here, you're saying that there's 10. Okay, and I'm assuming that you're
And we
saying that
only
there's
had
10.
6
Yeah.
tiles?
So how did you do that? Show me how you did that.
We used 5 tiles on one side.
Okay,
And
so
then-
show me what the tiles you already have. So what did you do? Show me your strategy.
We put 5 tiles. 5 tiles on one half, and we saw it was the same thing, but just flipped around,
Oh, okay, cool.
and we added them up, and that's what we
So
did.
after we added them up, it was 10.
Okay. And then what about down here?
And with this one, we put up.
We put it
Put all 5 of. We had 5, and then we saw this big space here.
We saw the 9 of them. Then
9 of them. We didn't know that. We didn't. When we knew this part was 5, and we only had 1 tile left, we put these here, and we had, and it looked, and we
had 6.
and then we had,
6, so we added.
and then we knew there was 6 here, and we put 1 here, and then we added 9 plus 5 equal 14.
Awesome. Okay. So what does the 14 stand for? What does that stand for?
14 inches.
14 inches. So this is 14 inches right here.
14 inches right here.
So what shape are you working with? What are those right here? What is it?
Squares.
Squares. So when we say that, we want to say use 14 square
Inches.
inches. Okay, so we use, because this is our square, and I told you earlier that each one of those is an inch. So it's a square inch. So that's why we have that. This is a fancy way of writing square inch. Okay, but that's what it stands for. This is square inch right here. But it's actually also called inches squared. Okay, this is a fancy little number that's sitting in the top right corner. But you can just say that this is a square inch. Okay. So how many square inches was number 3? 10 square inches. And how would you say number 4?
8 square inches.
8 square inches. And number 5?
14 square inches.
Okay, number 1.
4 square inches.
And number 2.
6 square inches.
Okay, awesome. Good job, girls.
And we split
That
and then this in half, and then that in half. Then we got 8 up here, and then we had 2 more down here. We know 8 plus 10. 8 plus 2 equals 10. And and we can probably split that in half,
and that
and then that.
2 lines.
Then we get 6.
Yeah.
And then if
We can put 3 lines, so it can look like 4, and cut this in half, and count them 3, 6, and 8.
and then like you're trying to tell me that we put 1 here and 1 here and 1 right there,
Yeah.
and 2 more right here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then how about this one? And we didn't have the tiles.
We can put
one line like that, and then
1 and 1, 2, 3, 4.
Then
4
we
lines.
saw a little space right here. We followed, and we put right here, and
Then we followed it so to put a equal line. We would split this in half
and
and
the other
that
half.
in half,
and we'll get 4.
Okay.
And then we'll split
those
that in half.
and
and
put 2 lines.
How would you know how to? Why would it be 2 lines? Why would you know it's 2 lines?
Because if you put 2 lines, we can count them and it's gonna add them to 3. Because 2 plus 1 equals 2. 3. And 3 plus 3 equals 6.
Okay.
But-
So you're doing addition. Okay.
But he's trying to tell you, like, how do we know to put 2 lines right here instead put 1 line here instead of put 2 here? Like,
Yeah, you
how do
said
we
you
know?
would cut it in half here and then cut it in half here. How do you know to put 2 lines right there? How would you know that?
Oh, how about we thought this was a square, then we saw this space here, then we put that, and it had a rectangle, and it had 1 space left, and then we put a line, then it looked like a square, and we added 1 line, and we got 6. We got 3 on each top, on the bottom,
Each aisle.
top on each
aisle.
in each
Okay. Awesome.
area.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up, boys and girls, because I would love to hear from everyone. Okay, and I think I got to everyone except for maybe this group, but I would like for them to come up to show me what they did too. Okay. So boys and girls, we have about 10 minutes and see if we can wrap things up in 10 minutes. Okay. So your presentations have to be pretty quick. Okay. So I want to start off with Mylan and Joseph. Okay, boys and girls, one thing for sure is I do not want you guys to say, oh, well, you got it wrong, or that's not right. I want them to explain because maybe we were wrong. Okay, I have not said you're right or wrong with these problems yet. I would want you guys to be able to explain how the different strategies you guys used. Okay, what you guys actually did, so that way we can learn from each and every one of you guys that comes up here and talks. Okay.
We put 1 square on the side and put another on the bottom and put 2 more on the side, and you just put a line straight down and put another line straight across.
Okay, so they put a square on one side and then a square on the other, and he said that they drew a line straight across. Then what did you do?
Then we counted 4. Then we counted 1 square with 4 sides and the other 3 with 4 sides and added them up.
Okay, so did you guys hear what he said? Yeah. So what he said was that he had these 4 lines and he counted the 4 sides. So he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's how they got 16 as their answer. And what does that 16 represent? 16 square inches. Okay? So go ahead and look at your work and see what did we do and what did they do. Okay? So go ahead and look and see what they did and what you did. Don't erase anything though. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and look at what they did. But you can see that they used the same strategy for all of them. Okay? They used the same strategy for all these figures here. You can see what their answers were. Okay? Are there any questions for our presenters? Okay, let's give them a round of applause. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this. Okay. Can I have Savian and Geraldine up here, please? There's the tiles right there. You can show us how you did it.
And then we know it was going to be 4 on this side. And then we put 2 on the bottom.
Okay, so does everybody see how they did that? Okay, so what they did was they put 4 tiles at the top. And then they had 6 tiles they were working with, so they noticed that there was 2 tiles at the bottom, so they used up all 6. But in looking at the picture, they noticed that this top row was the same as the middle row right here. Okay? How about the number 5? How did you guys figure out number 5? Savian, can I hear from you? What did you guys do? You did a great job explaining to me earlier. Number 5. What did you do with number 5?
We put 3 right here, and we put another 3 on the bottom, and then we knew it was gonna be another 3 right here, so we just put 2 right there, and then we put 3 on the bottom.
And then how did you get your answer? What did you guys do?
It was 14
14? 14 what?
square inches.
14 square inches. And remember, boys and girls, you guys are using square tiles. Okay, let's give them a round of applause. Okay, can I have Ileana and Stephanie up here, please? Let's see how they did it. Number 3. Theirs is a little interesting, but I like how they explained it for number 3. Go ahead. And look at their labels. Look at what they did.
When we were doing number 1, we noticed that number 1 was a square, and we we split it in half, and we noticed there was one half from the square and the other half from the square. And then we split it in half, and and then we got 4 square inches. And for number 3,
There's the tiles right there. Show them how you did it when you were telling me.
when we were doing number 3, we put the square we put 5 tiles on one half of number 3, and then we noticed they were the same. And then we noticed that when we put 5 here, and then we put the other 5 here, and we only had 6 tiles. We only used 5 on one side, and we had 1 tile left. We put the last tile right here, and we noticed there was a big space from, and it looked, and we noted, and then we noticed, and then we saw that the space from number 3 looked the same from number 1, and we moved these ones here, and we have 4, and we saw there was, and then we saw, and then then we saw, and then we put the 5 on the other side, and we noticed, and then we saw from the other half from number 3 was the same from the half.
Okay, so you're saying that there was 5 on one side, and they said, and this is what she told me earlier. So she said that there was 5 tiles here, okay, 5 square inches, and then they just flipped it over, and here's your other half. There's your other 5. And that's what she had said earlier, but I know she was a little nervous, okay? Good job. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, one more group. I want Isidore and Rayanne to come up here, okay? I want you guys to explain your first one, but the second part that you guys took it to the next level, I want you guys to explain that afterwards, but show us how you did it first, okay?
We added 2 plus 2 gave us 2 plus 2 is 4, and then the next one was 3 plus 3 is 6, and then we went over here, and then we went 5 plus 5 gave 10.
Where's your 5 and 5? Show us your 5 and your 5.
5, and then this 5, and then we went right here. We went 4 plus 4 gave 8, and then right here we went 10, and then plus the 4 gave us 14, and then after that we did 2 times 4. 2 times.
Hold on, Isidore explain that one. I want Isidore because he was the one that was working on that. So go ahead, Isidore, tell me what you were thinking right there. So boys and girls, one of the things that I had told all of you guys is see if there's a way you can figure something out. Is there another strategy you can use? And as Rayanne, okay, this is what Rayanne was doing. So go ahead and step aside for a bit, and then Isidore, I'm going to have you explain, okay? So as Rayanne, I challenged them because they were done pretty quick. Okay, they were done pretty quick. And I said to them, and this is what I was telling you guys, is there another way to solve this problem? If you didn't have tiles, how could you solve this problem? So then Rayanne was saying, well, you do 4 or 2 plus 2 is 4, just the way she explained it. Over here, she went 4, or actually 5 plus 5. So what operation is she using? Addition. Okay, so she was using addition. And then I said, think about there, maybe there's another operation you can use. Maybe there's something else that we've done in math that you guys can use to help solve this problem. That's when Isidore thought about it, and he said, I know. So tell us what you did.
I did that 2 times.
Talk loud.
2
So
times.
This is awesome. I want everybody to be able to hear you, Isidore, so I want you to talk loud and clear because the light bulb might go off for everybody.
I did that 2 times 2.
Okay, show us your 2 times 2. Where is your 2 times 2?
I
Show us on your
did
paper.
2 times 2. We did 2 times 2. We noticed that it equals 4. Then we went down here. Then we went 3 times 2 equals 6. Then we went 4 times 2. 5 times 2 equals 10.
Okay, let's stop right there, okay? Boys and girls, let's give Isidore and Rayanne a round of applause, okay? Because I want to use what they said, okay, to continue on, so go ahead and have a seat. Yes. Okay. Boys and girls, what I want you guys to do, and I think what we'll do tomorrow, okay, because we're out of time, is I want to take this to the next level because I want you guys to look back at your learning goal here. And I wanted you guys definitely did this one right here. You tiled up your shapes to figure out your answers, but we did have one right here, okay? I want to look at this one right here. This is the first one that was brought to our attention, but this is the only one I saw like this, okay? The only one that I saw that was like this. Joseph, this is yours, so you should be paying attention, buddy. Okay, so we have Mylan and Joseph here. They came up with 16. They came up with 16 as their solution, but I'm going around for number 1. What did you guys come up with? 4. How about you guys? 4? 4? 4? 4? 4? 4? Okay? So you can see almost everybody in our group or in our class got 4 square inches or inches squared, okay, as our solution. But we had one group, which is okay. It's okay to make mistakes because we can learn from this. Does everybody see what they did? Did you hear what Mylan said? So this is what they did. They took, how many sides does a square have? 4. Okay? So they counted each side every time they put a square, okay? But the thing is, boys and girls, we're not trying to find the sides of those squares. We're trying to figure out how many of those squares did it take to fill up that space. And as you can see, I walked around and I saw almost everybody use the same strategy. You guys gridded up your paper, which is perfectly fine. I was even talking to Ileana and Stephanie. How would you do it differently if you didn't have these? Okay? This right here is your square, boys and girls, your square inch. I told you earlier that this is a square going this way. I mean, an inch going this way. It's an inch going this way. And what shape is it? Square. It's a square. That's where we come up with our square inch. How many square inches did we use? How many squares did we use is what it's asking you. How many squares did it use right here?
I know why it's asking us how many. I know why it's asking us for the square inches, because every square is an inch.
Yep, every square is an inch. How many squares did we use to cover up this right here? 4. Boys and girls, we do not want to confuse, okay, and I'm glad you made a mistake, Mylon, okay, I'm glad you did, because we can see that, and I hope that you guys don't anymore. When we're finding the area, we're not counting the sides, okay, because that's a lot of work. It took a lot of work to figure this out, right, Mylon and Joseph? It took a lot to count 44, especially this one right here. You guys counted up to 56, because you were counting up all these lines. We're not counting lines. We're counting how many of these square inches it took to figure this problem out. But tomorrow, we're going to start off with this, and I'm going to have you guys save these, because we're going to take out our blue colored pencils. Okay? This is the part I want to focus on tomorrow. So this is the part we did. We will find the area of rectangles with whole number side lengths. Okay? By tiling them. So we did tile it up, but we really didn't talk about side lengths, so we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Then we're also going to talk about and show that the area is the same as would be found by multiplying the side lengths. What does all that mean? We're going to do that tomorrow. Okay? But I'm glad that all of you guys worked hard. I think I heard some interesting conversations with people, and I'm happy to see that almost everybody in this class had the correct solutions, okay? So that was important. So let's give ourselves a round of applause. Give your partner a high five and tell them good job. Okay.